Alright, good afternoon. You may hear some strange noises in the background. That is my dog dealing with her toy. I'm sorry about that, but we'll just move on from that. I wanted to do a PowerPoint on a couple of the themes from Romeo and Juliet, which we've talked about in class, but I put all the information together here. What I'd like you to do is to use these ideas to make some notes that you can do on paper or on a computer, which you can then put into your scrapbooks when we go back to school. Okay, so the first two themes that we're going to look at are religion and love. The first theme I want to talk about is the theme of religion, and I've put a nice little photo here of Juliet's statue that stands in the courtyard at her house in Verona. Whether she actually lived there or not is a matter of great debate, but it's a very popular tourist attraction. So it's important for us to recognise that actually the church was hugely significant in the 16th century, far more important to everybody than it is to a lot of people nowadays. I'm not going to read all the bullet points to you, but the main thing that you need to know was that it actually provided a set of rules that people lived by. And if they were to deviate from these rules, then they were worried about the consequences. And so everybody felt it was very important to follow the rules closely and to live life according to the way that the church told them to. It's important for us to recognise that religion is a powerful force in the play. It's because of the fact they have to follow the moral code provided by the church that Romeo and Juliet make some of the strange decisions that they do. Also, it means that Juliet is put in an impossible position when told that she has to marry Paris, but she knows she's already married to Romeo, which means that if she were to go against the church and marry Paris, she would go to hell, something that they believed in those days very deeply. Friar Lawrence represents the role of the church in Verona, which is why he's so respected by everybody he comes across. He tries to make decisions to help Romeo and Juliet and tries to give them advice, but actually what he does in the end is helps them really to rebel against their parents. He has to keep the marriage a secret, so again he's in a very difficult position, and he has to try to protect them in every way that he can. And now to the theme of love, which I've illustrated with a photo from inside Juliet's house. This is the postbox where people write letters with their love problems and they post them to Juliet, and the idea is that there's a group of people who actually write replies as though they are from Juliet, all still at this house in Verona. And now, because I did tell you in a lesson one day that I'd been to Juliet's balcony in Verona and how happy I was to be there, I thought I'd show you a little picture just to prove that that is the case. And here's another view of the balcony, looking much better because I'm not on it. Firstly, love and marriage. Marriage at this time was very different from nowadays. There was very little choice involved, and it would be the family who chose the husband for the daughter of the family, and they would be done in order to provide more power and wealth to families who already had that kind of power and wealth. Very little choice, and Juliet would have had to do what she was told. Because of the restrictions placed on Juliet by her family and the church, she has to rebel in order to make herself happy. And so there's always have this conflict between the family duty and personal happiness that she wanted to achieve in her life. Now, family and marriage are normally considered as positive things, but Shakespeare uses the feud to show how strong feelings like love and honour can sometimes lead to conflict. The feud creates extra tension, and because it's so hard for Romeo and Juliet to get together and be together, it makes their love seem even stronger and more passionate. As I said at the start, you should have made some notes about what you've just heard and looked at. Don't just write all of it down. Choose some things that you think are most important, put some headings, and create a page that you can put into your scrapbook when we go back to school, unless you've already got your scrapbook at home, in which case you can go straight into there. Might also want to look for some quotes that you can add to this, and some pictures that maybe will help you to remember the themes. And there will also be some work set on Seneca connected to themes in the play too. Thank you.